Hello! Welcome to another video! Today we're doing an unhaul. It's a bit of a challenge of an unhaul because currently I have no idea what I'm unhauling. We're gonna go through it together. It's gonna be a process. If you watched my recent haul, you will know that the condition of that haul was for every book that I hauled, this video would come around and I would need to unhaul. And there were 28 books in that haul. They're currently still sat around me because I've just filmed that, so I'm now doing the unhaul segment. But there were 28 books in my recent book haul, which means in order to try and even out my shelves, I need to unhaul at least 28 books now, which is probably going to be pretty difficult because I don't know what I want to unhaul. So, yeah, this is probably going to be a mix of books I have read, books I haven't, books that I might sell, books that I might donate to my sister's school, or books that will just go off to Ziffit or a charity shop or something. Currently, I don't know what I'm picking, so we're just going to go through this together and see what ends up thrown on the floor in an unhaul mess. So come along for the ride. Let's try and unhaul at least 28 books. Okay, so to start with, a book recently that I DNF'd. It's actually over here, which is The Way to Winter. I don't even know if this made it onto my shelves properly. This was actually gifted to me by Tracy as well, so I'm sorry Tracy, but also thank you. I gave it a go. I just didn't get on with the writing style as much as I wanted to love this one. So this was a recent DNF, so it makes sense that I know I didn't like the writing style. It can go. So there's one. In a similar direction, Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. This one was actually gifted to me by Steph as well. Sorry Steph, but also thanks Steph. The prologue of this was so good. And then I got, I don't know, not even halfway, I don't think. But I wasn't getting on with the writing style, with the back and forth, with the perspectives. And I know that in the end it would probably all come together, but there was just such a difference in style between the perspectives, and it was throwing me out of the book every time, and it was just making me not want to pick it up. So realistically, will I ever give it another go? As much as the prologue intrigued me, I honestly don't think I will. So Black Sun's going as well. Were there any other recent DNFs? I don't think there has been that I haven't already unhauled. We might come across one if one pops up. Oh, you know what? Oh, this is going to be harsh. I'm sorry. This is one way to get rid of a chunk of books. We have 5 here, and it is the Percy Jackson series. I'm going to donate these to my sister's school. Don't panic. I am going to donate these to my sister's school. I remember really enjoying the first few. When I read the 4th one, though, I just really wasn't into it. I didn't care. I really just was not into it. So rather than force myself through the last book just to be all oh yeah, no, this isn't for me, I would rather donate it to my sister's school and give it to its intended age group audience. And hopefully some of the kids there will love these more than I have. But I did really enjoy the first few. I really like the writing style in here. I don't know what happened towards the end though. I think I just lost interest. There is no nostalgia for me with these because I didn't read them as a kid, but I'm sure for their current, intended age range, they would be awesome. They're just not for me, sadly. And that's no fault of the books. But yeah, don't panic. I didn't hate them. But yeah, they can go to my sister's school. So that's 5. So we're already at 7. And you know what else was right next to that? Summoner's Cry. It's tiny. I read this December time because the cover was beautiful and I thought I would enjoy it. Ended up being a 2-star read for me. Just wasn't my cup of tea. So that can be my book number 8. 20 more to go. 20 more to go. Let's see. Oh, that one can go to the school. The Witch's Boy by Kelly Barnhill. I didn't hate this, but I didn't love this. I loved The Girl Who Drank the Moon, so I will be keeping that one. But this one can go to my sister's school as well, probably for the older years of her school. But yeah, this is about a young boy who, he can't speak, I think. Quiet and stuttering. Yeah, his mother was a witch, and he teams up with the daughter of a bandit king. Yeah, I didn't love this. She needs to help him find his voice. And he needs to find a way to, like, speak to the magic. It got a little bit dark in places, I suppose, but it just wasn't one of my favourites, and it can probably be better loved somewhere else. So there we go. There's book number 9. Oh, this breaks my heart. But book number 10 can be City of Rust by Gemma Fowler. I wanted to love this so much more than I did, but realistically I am never going to reread this, and I think it would be much better. Again, one that I can probably donate to my sister's school. Someone there will love it, hopefully more than I did. But Atty, the little robo gecko in this, was the star of the show. I have a gecko, so I have a soft spot for the gecko, and I just wanted to love it so much more than I did because of that soft spot for the gecko. But yeah, but it's about a bio-robotic gecko. Yes, bio-robotic gecko, Atty, and Rayleigh, who wants to win a drone race, and she's fleeing from junkers who mine the rubbish orbiting the planet. So it's sci-fi out in the junk orbiting the planet. They call it the soup. I think the kids that my sister goes to school with might enjoy this a lot more than I did. So there we go. That can be book number 10, is that right? Book number 10. What is book number 11? I'm not allowed to be struggling already. Oh, you know what? I realistically don't think I'm ever going to read Jasmine Throne, and I think that I've just heard a lot of people being disappointed by this one, and it's quite a chunker, so that'll free up some space on my shelf. But I've heard a lot of people being disappointed by this one, and there are other books that I am much more excited about getting to than this one. Beautiful sprayed edges. It's a gorgeous book, but I'm just not as excited about reading it as I once was. Let's find book number 12. Oh, that one. Book number 12. Book number 12 can be A Wolf for a Spell. Not because I didn't like it, I did like it, but because I can donate this one to my sister's school. I did enjoy this one. I read it for Polathon last year. It was a really adorable read. I just think realistically I'm never going to reread it, and it would be much better placed in my sister's school's library. So that's where this one's going to go. This is about a wolf, a young girl, and Baba Yaga, who all have a common, not enemy, but like a common goal, and how they can work together and how all their stories are tied together. It was really cute. I liked it a lot. I think that some of the kids at my sister's school will also like it a lot. So there's book number 12. Let's bite the bullet. Number 13, This Mortal Coil by Emily Suveda. I've had this for years. I'm not going to read it. There's no gene for Run Like Hell. This is about a young girl whose father worked in, like, genetic engineering, and there's some sort of disease or something, but her father died and she's at risk because of something that he knew or something or other. Cool edges on this one as well, but I've had it for such a long time and I still haven't read it, and realistically, am I ever going to? Probably not, so there is book number 13. What is book number 14 gonna be? It's gonna be this. Book number 14 is going to be Master of One by Jadeyraereads and Danny Bennett. Gorgeous Fairy Loot edition, but I've heard nothing great about this, actually. I don't think I've heard much about it at all. Maybe it'll be an edition that I can sell or something, perhaps. I don't know enough about it, I'm not interested in it, so it can just go. There we go, 14. Nice. I'm struggling. And I'm only at 15. I'm like halfway. And I'm struggling. When did I buy this? I bought this when it was new. What year was this released? 2019. It's been on my shelf since 2019. there you go. This can be book number 15, Where the River Runs Gold. This is a middle grade about, is it a brother and sister? Oh, twins. Twins who are like pollinating the fields or something. Pollinating the freedom fields by hand. But the twins know that they won't survive the harsh existence for long and they have to escape. And they uncover an impossible secret. And they need to protect it on the perilous journey home. And have the power to change everything. I've had it since 2019. It hasn't like jumped out at me for one that I want to read. And it's a middle grade. Like I feel like I tend to get to my middle grades a lot quicker. I don't know. But maybe I can donate this one as well. I haven't read it, so less of a recommendation. But it is a middle grade, so it should be appropriate. So there you go. Book number 15. Book number 16 can be this one. Winterwood by Shay Earnshaw. I didn't dislike it. I didn't love it. I have unhauled Shay Earnshaw's other book that I felt very samey about, and I haven't regretted that, so I don't think I would regret getting rid of this one either. Realistically, again, I'm never going to reread this, so it can go. But yeah, I didn't hate it. It's about Nora, who is a witch or something, and it's very polar fantasy, set in this snowy, like, snowed-in village, and a boy has gone missing and Nora finds him, but it's a lot more mysterious than that. Shay Earnshaw can write an atmosphere, that is for sure. The atmosphere is really strong, but it's just not a story I'm in love with, one that I think I will reread or remember forever, so makes sense for it to go. I don't think I will regret that, so book 16. Book 17 can be From Darker Skies by Sam Peters. This is a sci-fi I've had on my shelf for a really long time, and I just have no interest in it. I don't know why, but I have very little interest in it. Do I even really know what it's about? Science fiction thriller wrapped around a love story. Finding the truth about his dead wife and his relationship with artificial intelligence that he's built to replace her. Yeah. I don't think this one's going to be for me, so this one can go too. Right, book number 18 can be Fable by Adrienne Young. I haven't loved the one thing I've read from Adrienne Young before, and of the two Adrienne Young books I have, Fable and The Girl the Sea Gave Back, I'm more interested in that one than I am in this one. So if I was going to give Adrienne Young a second chance, I think it would be with that book rather than this one, and I would never get a matching sequel to this one either because this is a Fairy Loot edition, I believe. Beautiful sprayed edges, as these special editions always are, but I'm never going to read it. Do I even know what it's about? No. No, I don't. I don't care to look either, actually. So 18, this one can go as well. 10 more. 10 more. Let's find book number 19. I feel like I'm holding on to this book for one purpose, and there's no need. But Jack's Secret Summer, I feel like I'm holding on to this for the purpose of a readathon where I want a quick read just to be like, yeah, I've read a whole book really quickly. Which is stupid, really, because there are other smaller books that I'm more interested in. And yeah, I could read it really quickly, but will it add any value to my life other than just saying, yeah, I've read another book? Like, does it matter? No. And I do think that this is, again, a perfect one to donate to my sister's school. Perfect for their age range. So that's what I'm going to do with this as well. So there's book number 19. We are getting there, folks. We're getting there. That's book number 19. So let's find book number 20. Okay, I'm doing it. I don't want to do this to too many of my black tabbed books because they're my self-destruct books, but Renegades by Marissa Meyer, it's black tabbed. If I don't read it in 12 months, it will self-destruct. Why is there a receipt in there? But I'm going to get rid of it now because I'm not going to read it anytime soon. I know this. Even from now to 12 months, I still wouldn't read this. So I know that when it comes round to reviewing the books with these tabs in, that I can just be like, hey, I've already unhauled that because I'm not going to read this. I just don't have any interest in it. It can go. I bought it for the purpose of, there was a book club that was reading it that I was like, yeah, I want to join in on that. And then I ran out of time and I never did. And I have not had any temptation to pick it up since then. So it can go. You know what, I don't unhaul graphic novels very often, but I'm going to get rid of In Real Life. This can be book number 21. I would never reread this. I liked it, but I didn't love it. It was not everything that I thought it was going to be. It was much more about the real life element than the game world, which is what I wanted more of. I wanted more of this and less of this, but it was way more about this. It's about a girl who plays this online game and finds out about these like in-game miners and who they really are and what they're really doing. Yeah, she finds a poor Chinese kid whose avatar in the game illegally collects valuable objects and then sells them to players from developed countries with money to burn. It's against the rules, but Anda comes to realise that the questions of right and wrong are a lot less straightforward when a real person's livelihood is at stake. It just wasn't what I expected it to be. It was still good, but wasn't what I expected it to be. So this can be my book number 21. Is that right? You know what? I've had this for ages, and I have read it, and I'm never going to reread it. But book number 22 can be Witchbourne by Nicholas Bowling. I have read this. I read this years ago, and I liked it enough. Am I ever going to reread it? No. This is about witches, obviously about a young girl called Alice, who's in Bedlam Asylum, mad they say. Her mother's been executed for witchcraft, her home is destroyed and her spirit is crushed. So maybe it's true, or maybe she isn't as broken as she seems. A visit from two masked strangers provides an opportunity to escape and Alice takes it. Now she has to navigate the dark streets of London, where there's a secret waiting to be unravelled. In England, divided by rival queens, it seems Alice has a part to play. Witches in, like, Victorian England. Is it Victorian? I have no idea. I don't do history. I liked it when I read it. Am I ever going to reread it? No, I'm not. Where is book number 23? 23. 23 can be this one. It's still in its wrapper. It's an Owlcrate junior one that I have no interest in. I'm just going to donate it straight to my sister's school. So book number 23, The Plentiful Darkness, by Heather Kastner. Yeah, there we go. There's book number 23. Right, book number 24 and book number 25, we've got Coldmaker by Daniel Cohen and Cold March. I really liked Coldmaker when I read it. I still have not read Cold March, and I just don't think I'm ever going to reread this in order to read this, so it just makes sense to get rid of both at once. But I did remember really enjoying this, so yeah. But book number 24 and book number 25, we are getting there. So I need 26, 27, 28, 3 more, and then we're done. 26, 27, 28, 26, 27, 28. 26, 27, 28. Is there a trilogy that I can just knock off in one? 26, 27, and 28. Okay, this one can go. Incendiary by Zoraida Cordova. I just don't think I'm ever going to reread this. Haven't read it once yet. Beautiful red edges. I don't know. Lived 100 stolen lives, now it's time to live on my own. Yeah. I'm being brutal now. Here we go. I don't know what it's about. I have had it since I got it in a fairy loot and I just have no interest, really. So, it's going. It's a 2020 release, so I've had it since then. No. So now we just need 27 and 28. 2 more. 2 more and we are done. The time has come and I'm sad about it, but these books have probably been on my shelf the longest out of almost anything other than American Gods by Neil Gaiman. 2016 YA. But we're getting rid of Passenger and Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken. Yeah. Why did I ever think I was gonna like these, to be totally honest with you? 1776. I don't do history. Normally when there's a date, I'm like, no. 1905, 1776. Present day in 1776. Someone is thrown into history? Or something? I don't know. People have told me before that I should just get rid of it, but I've always been like, no, one day, like, I want to at least give it a go. And I'm not going to anymore. So here we have book 27 and book 28. And I'm done. 28 books, ready for me to put 28 books back on the shelves. So, hurrah, mission accomplished. I am not doing that again until I have another haul to put on the shelves, I guess. But there we go. I hope you have enjoyed this possibly slightly chaotic video. If you have, give us a thumbs up, chat to me down below, all that good stuff. Please do not say, oh no, you should definitely keep that book, because by the time this goes up, most of them will be gone already, so they're already gone. It means that I've got space for my new books that I'm excited about to go on the shelf. So, yeah. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. As I say, if you've enjoyed, give us a thumbs up. If you fancy subscribing, I would be very grateful for that, if you wanna. But otherwise, I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye!